Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How are we today? Welcome back to J is for Justice. My name is Jay. I am your host. Welcome into the chat room, you guys. Let us know where you're listening from. Hey, moderators. We got Ange B and Sin. We got Kels. Who else is here to moderate this chat today? That looks to be... Oh, wait. This is a reminder. Go on live chat if you can. Regina, member for 5 months. Thank you so much for your support, Regina. And Kami has been a member for a year. Congratulations and thank you, Kami. Boom, shalock lock, boom. Hey, Evelyn. Hey, Beans and Cramit. Women are sacred. Northern, no, I already said Northern Beans. Bams, Maligator, what up? Captain Ganja. How are you, my brother? It's sunny in Leonard, Michigan. Who's snowed in? Put a 1 if you're snowed in. Hey, Paul. Paul Cremo. I hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. Hey, Sin. Angie B has been wow. Working up to her coconut 32 months. Thank you so much, Angie. That is amazing. You're going to have that coconut soon, girl. Hey, Suze. Hey, Snowflake. Well, hey, Amy Darcy. Amy Darcy Marie. Hey, Jay, dog, old friend. Haps to the new year and everyone here. Happy New Year to you and yours too, Miss Amy. Mezra, thank you for becoming a member. You are a part of the Clicker crew. Heather Bratt is snowed in. Oh, man. I don't miss them days. It's a little muggy down here in Florida and breezy, but you know what? It ain't snowing. So, you guys, we have an update. We're going to recap this case really quick, with the judge versus the sheriff. The sheriff, Mickey Stines, shot Judge Mullins dead in his chambers. Aristocat, thank you for being a member for 3 months. 1 quarter down, 3 more to go. What up, UA? Good to see everybody today. Hey, Wendy McCone. I love you too, Ange B. I hope you guys are having a good day, though, besides the weather. Let's do a quick update, recap on this case, though. This is from Sheriff Stines' arraignment. And this is what blew my mind, guys. Okay. So there is actually something that blew my mind. The guy who testifies right here. Okay. Hold on. Let me get this bullshit off the screen. Okay. So the investigator detective who testifies knows nothing, right? He hasn't interviewed anyone. He doesn't know anything. We're going to listen to a little bit of his testimony. Then you're going to see him right in the middle of the body cam of Stines getting arrested. So let's take a look at this first, and then we'll get into the body cam footage of the arrest. Thanks for being here. Please hit that like button. Let's get into it. It's Monday Live. Oh, yes. And we did push that 110. We're at 110K today. Thank you, guys. We were stuck at that 109 for a little bit, but we pushed over the mark, and we're moving our way back up. This game of YouTube, as the world spins. Thank you for your support, guys. If you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button and hit all for notifications. We are live Monday and Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with case updates and all things true crime.
You don't know?
No.
Do you think that would be...
Did you guys think that was crazy how the lead investigator knew nothing?
Boy, no.
You don't know.
No.
Do you think that would be? Do you think that will be important to learn?
I hope to learn that when the report's ready. Yes.
Okay. But as of today, you can't tell us
No.
what was currently open on the judge's file.
No, sir.
Did you conduct an interview with Sheriff Stines' daughter?
I did not, but she has been interviewed.
Are you aware of any, who was present when she was interviewed?
Lieutenant Randy Combs and Detective Anthony Trotter.
And she was interviewed with or without her parent?
With.
So her parent was present at the time you interviewed her?
Yes, I believe. I wasn't there, but yes, I think so.
And law enforcement has not spoken to her without her parent present?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did the Kentucky State Police obtain her phone?
No.
Wow. Welcome to the Clicker Club, Alligator. Welcome back. We got to play that. It's real easy, man, if you want to become a member. Because we're not minors.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man. Click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
You intend to obtain records for her cell phone number?
Possibly, yes.
Do you believe that that will be soon that you'll do that?
Could be, yes.
Had you already
Okay, so what he said was, did you guys take the daughter's phone? He said no. And it looks like Streamlabs woke up. You guys woke him up. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe she's 17. Heard for entertainment. Myron, I've missed you so. He didn't interview anyone. As the lead investigator, all these other people interviewed all the witnesses. So they did not take the daughter's phone. They took the 3 phones from the courthouse, as far as we know, the 1 female worker, the sheriff, and the judge.
intended to do that, or did you just respond to my question?
Well, the call should be on the judge's records too.
Well, I understand.
And she's made statements about what occurred during those conversations.
I understand that, but I would presume that have you ascertained whether Judge Mullins also had apps that stand outside of phone records?
I've not received those records yet. I don't know what's on the phone.
Well, fair enough, but I mean, did you look at the phone?
Does the judge have apps that are seen outside of the regular records? Apps. Oh, Lord. Well, how bad is this going to get, guys? I've never noticed he said that before.
Did it appear there were apps on it?
I'm not the person that's qualified to look through the phone.
Okay, but you're familiar with cell phones. They can host other forms of communication. Yes, sir.
What's the objection?
He's been asked an answer, Your Honor. He's asked a question, I think, about 4 or 5 different ways. The officer, the detective repeatedly said that he does not have a report with phones. He's not looked at the phone. He can't testify that matter.
I'll let him ask the question, and that way he can only testify what he has personal knowledge about.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right.
So you're aware that phones can be used for apps such as Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. And that is not something that is captured by cell phone records. You would agree with me?
I agree.
Okay. So in light of that, although the records may be mutually the same, right, the same between Judge Mullins' phone and the sheriff's daughter, do you believe that you could also ascertain other information from the cell phone app content?
Are you asking what apps are on the phone?
Yes. Well, that was my original question.
I don't know
thought
I've not received that report yet. I don't know what apps he had downloaded on the phone.
If he has social...
So 2 weeks in, and he knows nothing. Did I see additional footage?
Finish before you move forward, and I'll try to slow down a little bit as well, okay?
Sure.
Take your turn. Have you determined whether there were
Okay, I know this might be juvenile. So then over to trading.
any previous issues,
Hey, Green
personal
Eye.
or professional, between Sheriff Stines and Judge Mullins?
I've heard things.
What have you heard?
Just that of this regarding the lawsuit that the Letcher County Sheriff's Office is currently involved with.
Okay. The lawsuit that involved ultimately a criminal conviction of a deputy for sexual behavior in the judge's chambers. Is that the one you're referring to?
Yes.
Hi, Music City.
Okay. And the subject matter of that lawsuit, the chambers area, that's the same chambers in which this occurred. Is that correct?
I'm not familiar with the details of that case that the lawsuit resulted from.
Okay.
That's his daughter right there, and she's very pretty.
Are you aware of any criminal reports that Sheriff Stines had made of Judge Mullins prior to this day?
Glyceros
No.
has just donated $1.99 using J4J411. Liz.
Thank you,
Did you
Lisa.
personally observe Sheriff Stines following this video?
Did I personally observe him? What?
Did you meet with him? Did you talk to him after?
He was in custody when I arrived at the courthouse that afternoon.
And at some point, did you draw any observation about his demeanor?
He was mostly calm, I thought. I mean, I talked to him, but he didn't say nothing about why this had happened. But he was calm. He was kind of afraid that basically all he said was, "Treat me fair." That's basically the comments he made.
Okay. Did he also make a statement about, I didn't see it in the citation here, but somewhere along the line I saw a statement being attributed to him about protecting his family?
I wasn't present, but when he
Hey, Scotty dog.
when he was taken into custody, I was told by one of the other officers that were there that he made the comment, "They're trying to kidnap my wife and kid."
There we go. They're trying to kidnap my wife and kid. Thank you so much, Miss Sherry.
Sherry has supported the stream using J4J Live.
Okay, what the hell does he mean by that? They're trying to kidnap my wife
There
and
that
kid.
he made the comment
It's
into
why,
custody.
Sarah. I mean, it's just such a why.
Into
It's why.
custody, I was told by one of the other officers that were there that he made the comment, "They're trying to kidnap my wife and kid."
And there's literally no reaction from his daughter or him, really. I mean, it's so wild. But I agree with you, Paul. It's definitely going to open a lot of tentacles to this, like, sex scandal. Now, people said that is the sound is glitching for you, Sen. His daughter, but not the daughter that is her. Maybe there was Marie only has one.
Have you ascertained any evidence that this shooting was pre-planned?
No,
Okay.
not at this time.
And would you agree that
Oh, it is
from
cutting
what we've
out.
seen so far,
Hold on. It's not the video, it's me. Hold on, guys. Is that better? Let me see if that's any better. I think it's fixed.
From the evidence you've seen so far, the shooter was a reaction to what was on that cell phone in that moment. Is that accurate?
Objection, Your Honor. All speculation outside of his self-expertise.
Your Honor, I believe that if he has formed an opinion about the investigation up to this point, especially at a preliminary hearing, he can speculate on that, Judge.
Or sustain.
Sure. So,
Hey, Carl.
is there anything other than the content of the phone that this video will reveal to us about why this took place?
No.
What's
Does
the
it
motive
appear
then,
that
Dustin?
this,
So he says, does he know if the phone will show us why this happened? Does he know if it will or not? And he said no. Is my sound better now, guys? I think it's fixed. Okay. All right, we're moving into court TV. We're going to hear some audio recordings from court TV.
Place in those judicial chambers prior to the shooting.
Joining us now in studio with the very latest, Court TV field reporter Cody Thomas. Cody, boy, this case has gotten everyone's attention from the very beginning, and now it's getting even deeper. What can you tell us?
Well, good afternoon, Ted and Julia. We may now have more insight into what was truly going on behind those closed doors in the Letcher County Courthouse. Newly obtained audio recordings from a police interrogation allege Judge Kevin Mullins engaged in sextortion acts inside the same chambers where he was killed. The recordings are from a 2022 criminal investigation into Letcher County Deputy Ben Fields, who was convicted and sent to prison earlier this year for the rape and sodomy of a female inmate. The woman heard on the recordings is victim Sabrina Adkins, who has been publicly vocal about her claims against the convicted deputy, using his position of power to pressure her and other women to have sex in exchange for favorable treatment. But she says Judge Mullins was involved as well.
But he does have some videotapes of some stuff in the judge's chambers.
What kind of stuff?
Just with girls, sexual and stuff.
What describe? Have you seen the videos?
I've seen one partly, and just him having sex with girls for their bail to get out of jail.
Who was having sex?
Ben and just some higher ups up there.
Who?
The judge and.
Now you saw the video.
Yeah.
What did you see on the video? I mean,
I've seen Judge Mullins having sex with a girl.
Who was the girl?
I don't know. Because I don't know a lot of people from over there.
Where was it at?
In his office, in the judge's chambers.
Is that the same place that you were meeting Ben? Is that how you know it was the judge's chambers?
Yeah.
And this was Judge who?
Mullins.
No, Adkins' attorney
Yikes. The judge was actually doing it too.
has gone on record saying, quote, "It's like they were running a brothel out of that courtroom." And Adkins, along with another woman, filed a civil rights lawsuit against the deputy. Sheriff Stines was also named in the lawsuit, and he was deposed in the ongoing suit days before shooting Mullins back in September. But further in those recordings, Adkins can be heard saying Sheriff Stines was involved in the sexual scandal as well.
Right. So this is the plot twist. Mickey Stines used to do the same job that Ben Fields did. So Mickey Stines used to be in charge of the girls and guys who got their bracelets, their tethers. And allegedly, he's done it too. So I don't know.
But you saw the video of the judge.
Yes.
Any other videos that you actually saw?
No. They say that the Sheriff Mickey Stines is involved. I don't know.
Who said that?
Chad, he said he had videos with Mickey. And Mickey used to do the same thing when he was over house arrest.
Oof. Okay, so it says they say that Sheriff Mickey Stines is involved. I don't know. Chad, he said he had videos with Mickey. That Mickey used to do the same thing when he was over house arrest.
So? No. They say that the Sheriff Mickey Stines is involved. I don't know.
Who said that?
Chad, he said he had videos with Mickey. That Mickey used to do the same thing when he was over house arrest.
Now, of course, Ted and Julia, these are extremely heinous allegations against Sheriff Stines and the late Judge Mullins. And as of now, we do know Stines has pleaded not guilty to murder regarding that shooting.
Cody, this is shocking information to come out. We have heard about the litigation that was going on, but now to hear this victim make these allegations, it's interesting. What else are we hearing from alleged victims? Is it anyone other than this particular woman?
Well, Julia, Ned Pillersdorf, the attorney representing Sabrina Atkins, heard on those recordings. He joined Court TV last night talking about a time when he went in front of Judge Mullins for their civil rights suit and asked Mullins to recuse himself due to those sexual acts occurring in his chambers. Here's what he said happened.
I briefly appeared in front of Judge Mullins, and I said, with all due respect, Judge, I think you need to recuse from this court hearing because we have filed a lawsuit in which we've alleged that the dastardly sex acts occurred in your chambers. At that point, it was about a 1-minute hearing. And if you read the transcript, it doesn't sound that bad, but Judge Mullins protested and pointedly assured me he could be fair and impartial and he didn't need to recuse. And of course, I had an ethical obligation to my client. I said, I think you should recuse. And Judge Mullins did recuse. It was about a 1-minute hearing.
Did you?
As a result of...
Did you look at Vinny? Look at Vinny's face. Do I need to play that again? Have you ever seen Vinny have a reaction like this? So this lawyer was representing someone in front of this Mullins, and he asked him to recuse himself from this case.
A time when he went in front of Judge Mullins for their civil rights suit and asked Mullins to recuse himself due to those sexual acts occurring in his chambers. Here's what he said happened.
I briefly appeared in front of Judge Mullins, and I said, with all due respect, Judge, I think you need to recuse from this court hearing because we have filed a lawsuit in which we've alleged that the dastardly sex acts occurred in your chambers. At that point, it was about a 1-minute hearing. And if you read the transcript, it doesn't sound that bad, but Judge Mullins protested and pointedly assured me he could be fair and impartial and he didn't need to recuse. And of course, I had an ethical obligation to my client. I said, I think you should recuse. And Judge Mullins did recuse. It was about a 1-minute hearing. As a result of that, and this is just me, I felt so uncomfortable that day with what he said. I have declined to ever go back to his court again. I've been offered to represent other people in Judge Mullins' court, and I just said after that experience, I didn't want to do it.
Ted and Julia.
Wow. So this guy actually turned down clients because he didn't want to have to go in front of Judge Mullins. Hey, David.
Aside from the civil rights lawsuit, Sheriff Stines could face the death penalty in Kentucky if convicted of that murder charge.
Wow.
Cody. I love Vinny's face because it kind of sums up everyone's reaction to the details of this.
Details, exactly.
It's crazy what was allegedly.
It was already a crazy incident and that has just shocked so many people, but it seems to continue to add those layers. Cody Thomas, thank you so much for your reporting on this. We're going to bring back in our...
Yeah, layers like an onion. Now let's get to the latest, guys. As if that's not crazy enough, right? Here is the body cam.
We got to get a crime scene log started.
Hold on. All right, this is courtesy of Law and Crime, and this is Crime Fix. Just to give the proper credit. Here we go.
We We got to get a crime scene log started.
For the first time, we are seeing body camera footage after a judge is shot in his chambers, and we're hearing from the sheriff accused of the crime.
Please be fair to me, boys. Now, come on now.
I'll tell you more of what...
Please be fair to me, boys. Now, come on now. Does it sound like you know why I did this? Come on now.
Crime.
Please be fair to me, boys. Now, come on now.
I'll tell you more of what Mickey Stines said after police said he shot and killed a judge. This is a law and crime legal to Stansman and one-time friend, Judge Kevin Mullins. You're going to hear from Mickey Stines after the shooting here in a bit, and some of what he says is frankly a little confusing. The crime is shocking for many reasons. First, it's a county sheriff accused of killing a judge who was his friend and former boss. And the shooting was recorded by a surveillance camera in Judge Mullins' chambers in Letcher County, Kentucky. We've seen it, and it's startling. It's unbelievable. This case is definitely not a whodunit, far from it. It's more of a why did he do it? A lot of people would like to know the answer to that question. Kentucky State Police investigators, Mickey Stines' lawyers, Judge Mullins' family, and the list goes on. That day, Mullins and Stines had lunch together. It was something they had done often. And by all accounts, there was no tension. Then around 3 p.m., Stines and Mullins met in Mullins' chambers. The meeting was recorded by a surveillance camera. A detective explained what happened at a preliminary hearing last year.
I was told that Sheriff Stines had tried to call his daughter, and he had tried to call his daughter from the judge's phone also.
Then, for reasons that remain a mystery, Stines shot Judge Mullins.
I wasn't present, but when he was taken into custody, I was told by one of the other officers that were there that he made the comment, they're trying to kidnap my wife and kid.
Now we're hearing the 911 call and seeing the aftermath of what happened.
I got emergency at the courthouse. I need an ambulance here right now. District courtroom.
Which courthouse?
Court, Letcher County.
And what's going on?
Judge has been shot.
The judge?
Yes.
What's his name?
Kevin Mullins.
Go ahead.
What are you got?
Shots fired at the Letcher County Courthouse and somebody shot Judge Mullins.
You're again.
No, sir. Just come out on the radio.
Trooper.
Hey, did you hear that? Yo, they're laughing. And he's like, come on, guys, be fair with me. Was Judge Mullins a known perp? What the hell?
And what's going on?
Judge has been shot.
The judge?
Yes.
What's his name?
Kevin Mullins.
Go ahead.
What are you got?
Shots fired at the Letcher County Courthouse and somebody shot Judge Mullins.
You're again.
No, sir. Just come out on the radio.
Troopers raced to the scene. It's not a call that you often get. A judge shot at a courthouse. When troopers arrived, they began separating witnesses.
Well, I told him to put them in separate rooms so they don't talk to each other, too.
Yeah. Have you got the witnesses?
No, they're doing the witnesses.
Who's doing the witnesses?
Justin and a couple other people are walking the witnesses down through there.
And the work of securing the crime scene began.
I think he's getting that other one.
Go ahead. They still got the 1015 in the foyer of the courthouse. There's also some witnesses in the judge's office, not far from where he's at. You want us to go ahead and take him down to the jail so we can get the rest of the witnesses out of the judge's office in the courthouse.
Is anybody hurt? Well, we got a lot going on right now.
I didn't realize you talked really
That it is, brother.
At 3:40 p.m., a couple of women who appear to be distraught, possibly family members of Judge Mullins, show up at the courthouse. A trooper holds one of them back. One woman is trying to get into the courthouse, but the trooper will not let her pass the steps. After 4 p.m. that day, Dash cameras show officers leading Mickey Stines out of the courthouse in handcuffs to a waiting cruiser. And then you hear his voice talking with the troopers.
Make sure there ain't no weapons or nothing now.
There ain't nothing in there, bro.
Yeah. Come on now.
There's the guy. There's the guy that testified right there. See him? And then here's Stines. Watch again.
The trooper will not let her pass the steps. After 4 p.m. that
It was wind in the body cam.
day, dash cameras
Gone girl, where have you been? You've been missing. Welcome back, John Gone. Happy New Year.
show officers leading Mickey Stines out of the courthouse in handcuffs to a waiting cruiser. And then you hear his voice talking with the troopers.
Make sure there ain't no weapons or nothing now.
There ain't nothing in there, bro.
Yeah. Come on now. Right here, open up the back hatch. Come on.
You think he looks nervous, Lucid?
No, now come on.
You heard Stines tell the troopers to make sure there weren't any weapons in the back of the cruiser, and he talks then a little more.
Y'all gonna leave me in here and let me die of heat exhaustion? No, I can't get up in there. Come on now. Come on.
I'm up in there, bro. I'll bite up in there.
Thank you so much, Julie, for gifting a membership.
I can't. Yeah, man, I can't get in. These cuffs are way too tight. Come on now, guys.
That's Mickey.
Come on now.
Come on.
Stines
That's
definitely.
Mickey. Come on now. Come on now. Running on adrenaline, Mr. Mickey. Thank you so much, Julie. Welcome, Alicia. Welcome to the Clicker Crew.
I'll bite up in there.
I can't. Yeah, man, I can't get in. These cuffs are way too tight. Come on now, guys. Come on now.
Stines definitely sounds a little paranoid.
You mean pick your leg up, my brother?
Y'all got carbon monoxide in here. Oh, come on now.
Y'all got carbon monoxide in here. Come on now. He starts saying, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. He's having a panic attack, dude. I mean, he just shot this dude 8 times.
Pick your leg up, my brother.
Y'all got carbon monoxide in here.
Oh,
come on now. Come on. I can't sit like this.
Slide sideways.
I can't. Come on now. Be fair to me.
we're being good to you, brother. You stick your leg up in there.
Come on now, guys. Please don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. Please.
You want to scoot on over a little bit to the left?
Come on now.
Try to scoot on over a little bit more. That way we don't hit you. Can you go any bit farther? I just want to hit you with the door. Put your knee in there, my friend.
Hey, Jason. Hey, Bates. Hey, Bates. Can we loosen this up a little or give the window down?
I'm sorry?
Can we loosen this up a little? Be fair to me, man.
I got some air. I'll crack the window for you, but I can turn the air on back here. Okay?
Yeah. Be fair to me now.
I promise, Mickey. I promise.
God, please.
I promise.
I'll tell you.
It's hot back here, man. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
The drive to the Leslie County Jail from Letcher County takes about an hour, give or take a few minutes. Stines continues to speak as if he's in fear.
Come on now, guys. Make sure I get to the jail.
Dude, he was weird. He was worried he wouldn't make it to the jail. He was worried they were going to kill him. Why is he so paranoid about that, right? Who knows what in this county?
Here.
Come on now, guys. Make sure I get to the jail.
At times, it's hard to hear the troopers in the cruiser, but they try to talk to Mickey Stines on the long drive to the jail.
Come on now, guys.
I was asking why you done it. Was it over your family?
Come on now, guys. What are you doing?
I was just talking to you.
So the cop said, I don't know if you guys heard it, but he said, I'm asking why you done it. Was it over your family?
I'm just asking, was it something to do with your family or anything like that?
Was it anything to do with something to do with your family or anything like that? Regina, that is so wild and creepy. Scary. I agree, Paul. Or do you think this is a mental health episode? I mean, he was just having lunch. He was just having lunch with the guy.
The trooper, after several minutes, tries to ask Stines some more questions.
Was it something to do with your family?
He keeps asking him about his family.
Something happened? Because if something did happen, you know, I mean, it'd be good to let us know. Why did you want to talk to your daughter a while ago, Nick? Something did happen that, you know.
He said, why'd you want to talk to your daughter, Mickey? What the hell? Robin Millete, Happy New Year to you. Good to see you.
Involved something that could help you when you go to trial and get a fair trial. Letting us know kind of what's going on, what led to this.
At one point, Sheriff Stines asks whether the troopers are actually taking him to a national forest. He doesn't believe the troopers are taking him to the right place. They tell him there is a national forest near the jail.
Maybe we're almost to the jail. I'll ask one last time. Is there anything you want? Is this anything to do with your family?
Dude, he asked him like 8 times, is this anything to do with your family? I think so too, Adrian. I think a lot of people know. A lot of these men know.
Maybe that's some information that we need to know.
Well, if I was scared that they weren't going to take me to the jail, I don't think I would admit why I did it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's a reason these cops laughed when they heard that Mullins got shot, right?
And what kind of information comes out, that always can change how investigations are worked. You know what I mean? And how they're looked at. You know that.
Sure does, Evelyn.
Like I said, something led to this.
Come on now, guys. Guys, no guys.
To the jail. Got this in jail seat right there.
This is not the jail.
I promise you. Yeah.
This is not the jail now. This is not the jail.
The officers continue to drive, and they assure Mickey Stines they are taking him to the Leslie County Jail.
Okay, Mickey. Anyway, so do you want to talk about it? Is this to do with anything with your family, your daughter, or anything? Bring one in. Open it. Do they have to back out to get out, or does that circle out?
My question is, why does this trooper have the position to ask him questions? Like, isn't it his job to transport him, not interrogate him? Or am I wrong? Julie, tell me if I'm wrong. Has anyone verified this was the most direct route to the jail? No. That's a good question, though.
Does it circle out, or do they get it? Okay. So,
who you passing me off to?
Leslie. We've talked about it. This is Leslie County Jail.
Who you passing me off to, though?
No, nobody. He knows the way here. We didn't know the way.
Oh, yeah. Y'all are passing me off here now to somebody.
Mickey, I don't know why you think this.
Mickey, I don't know why you think this. Are they playing it off? Do they know? Do you get what I'm saying? Why do they keep asking about his daughter? Why do they need to know so well? Like, why does he need to know? He's not the freaking judge, right? The dude's already shot him. He's already going to trial. Why does he need to question him? I think he wants to know what Mickey's going to say. You think he was talking to him as a friend, Tim Sparks? I don't know. This seems all crooked. These guys laughed about the judge being shot. I don't know.
Y'all are going to let somebody hurt me.
Listen to this.
Oh, yeah. Off to, though.
No, nobody. He knows the way here. We didn't know the way.
Oh, yeah. Y'all are passing me off here now to somebody.
Mickey, I don't know why you think this.
Y'all are going to let somebody hurt me. Yeah. Come on now, guys.
No, Mickey Stines doesn't trust these motherfuckers. Is he the guy that transported him, though, Juju? The one that testified? I think Mickey found something out, too, and they're worried.
Be fair.
I told you we would be.
Yeah. Don't pass me off to nobody.
The only people we're passing you off to is the jailers inside here.
Just okay.
That's the jail.
They said there's somebody in there that they got to clear out.
Yeah, come on now, guys.
One last time, the trooper tries to get Stines to tell him whether the shooting had...
Another time he says it again? Yes, he's trying to figure out what Stines is going to say his reason was. This is so weird. I don't know. Stines is untrustworthy, but we know that there was two guys that were having sex in the judge's chambers, and it wasn't him. I don't think Stines is the one that we're worried about here, in my opinion.
Anything to do with his family.
Is this anything to do with your family? I think that's some information that would be nice to be out there so we knew what exactly led to this.
That would be some information that it would be nice to be out there so we knew exactly what led to this. And how many times has he asked him this question? This is sus. This is sus, in my opinion.
Don't put me in that Leslie County van.
Stines is pulled out of the cruiser and taken into the jail to be booked. Stines' lawyers released the following statement to me. It says, the recently released footage affirms our belief that our client felt there was an imminent threat to his family and himself. There was an extreme amount of pressure placed upon him as a result of the pending civil case and its potential to reveal matters within the courthouse. The footage shows that our client perceived a genuine threat, and its impact upon his mental health is apparent. Following Stines' arrest, we found out that he had been deposed in a civil lawsuit in the days leading up to the shooting. A woman named Sabrina Atkins sued the sheriff's office, claiming a deputy named Ben Fields had sex with her while she was on home incarceration. Atkins was arrested in 2021 on a drug charge. Atkins claims that she couldn't afford to pay for an ankle bracelet and was afraid to go back to jail. So Fields, who was supervising her on home incarceration, offered...
Yeah, this is a creep if I've ever seen one. This is the civil case, Evelyn, against Ben Fields. So she's going to give us an update on Ben Fields. This guy was over the, the bond department when, the girls get the ankle bracelets. He was having sex with them in exchange for payment. And this is one of the girls. She came forward and filed a civil suit, and they were all deposed. Sheriff Stines was deposed like 2 days before the shooting in this civil suit.
Days leading up to the shooting, a woman named Sabrina Atkins sued the sheriff's office, claiming a deputy named Ben Fields had sex with her while she was on home incarceration. Atkins was arrested in 2021 on a drug charge. Atkins claims that she couldn't afford to pay for an ankle bracelet and was afraid to go back to jail. So Fields, who was supervising her on home incarceration, offered to help her in exchange for sex. Atkins said she and Fields had sex in Judge Mullins' chambers 6 times. Fields eventually was charged criminally and served 6 months in jail.
6 months in jail. He pled guilty. Here's another plot twist. Ben Fields' wife worked at the jail as well. It's horrible. It's horrific. Disgusting.
He is supposed to be on probation for 6.5 years. We don't know whether this played a role in the shooting, but there have been questions about whether it may have, and here's why. In 2022, investigators with the Kentucky Attorney General's office interviewed Sabrina Atkins, and she claimed to have seen tapes of Judge Mullins having sex with a woman in his chambers.
But he does have some videotapes of some stuff in the judge's chambers.
What kind of stuff?
Just with girls, sexual and stuff.
What describe? Have you seen the videos?
I've seen one partly, and just him having sex with girls for to be able to get out of jail.
Who was having sex?
Ben and just some higher ups up there.
Who?
The judge and.
You saw the video.
Yeah.
What did you see on the video? I mean, you.
I mean, I've seen Judge Mullins having sex with a girl.
Who was the girl?
I don't know, because I don't know a lot of people from over there.
Where was it at?
In his office, in the judge's chambers.
Is that the same place that you were meeting Ben? Is that how you know it was a judge in chambers?
Yeah.
And this was Judge who?
Mullins.
But you don't know who the girl was?
We obtained that audio in a records request from the Kentucky AG's office. News Nation actually was the first to report on the audio.
But you just saw the judge?
Right.
Do you know for sure that was the judge?
Yes.
I mean, how do you know that's the judge?
I've been in front of him. His face is pretty clear on there.
Mickey Stines has pleaded not guilty to the murder charge. His attorneys have suggested he was suffering from an extreme emotional disturbance at the time of the crime, and they've suggested the shooting may have been manslaughter, not murder.
What do you guys think? I can't wait for more to come out in this. I mean, Michael, it has nothing to do with her being a quote-unquote druggie, as you call it. She literally couldn't afford her ankle bracelet, and he exchanged it for sex. That's not okay, Michael. The guy's a pig. Oh, they called it like it was running this like a brothel. So the statement from his attorneys says that he believes there was an imminent threat to his family and himself. There was an extreme amount of pressure placed upon him as a result of the pending civil case and its potential to reveal matters within the courthouse. So if Mickey Stines was doing this, do you think that they were going to, expose him? Maybe they were going to expose him. The footage shows that our client received a genuine threat, and its impact upon his mental health is apparent. Were they threatening him? I mean, I don't know. Stines could be just as dirty. Stines could be just as dirty. I'm not sure what went on. There's crazy stuff about this on Reddit. Word in my holler is Mickey was getting on with his own daughter. That's just the word around town. You're kidding, Cinnamon. You live there? That's disgusting. It sounds like the sheriff was having a paranoid mental break. Yeah, I don't know. Right, like maybe Stines was about to be exposed. Do you think that maybe the judge was exposing him to his family? Like talking to his wife and kid? I don't know. Why would he call the daughter from the judge's phone? That's still a weird one to me, too. I got one more thing to share since we have a little more time. Have you guys ever watched the creator Gavin Fish? He has some audio that he obtained. Let me see here. He's done it in parts. The witness tapes, part 1, part 2. Let me see if I can share this. And we can maybe look at a little bit of it. Yeah, you guys have heard of him? This is Gavin Fish. I can put his link in the chat in a second. Let's see what he's got here. This is the interview with Sabrina Adkins. And I believe he got it from Elizabeth Jones, Hillbilly Crime. If you want to follow her, she actually is a local. And I believe he had her on the channel. But let's see if we can listen to some of this audio. This is from February 8th, 2022.
Complaint made it known because
okay, here we go.
And he'd like to check on him, and he brought me some cigarettes, and you know, I was upset crying. I didn't know. I was like, I don't know how I'm pay for all this, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. North County, how does this work? I've never been on house arrest. And he said, don't worry about it, figure out something.
And who are we talking when you say he?
Ben. She said, you're a pretty woman, we'll figure out something, don't worry about it. And so that's how it started. He would, I got some texts, but we would text a lot. And there was a lady also, her name was Patty, but Ben always had me to call him. We would text back and forth all the time. He flirted, and I flirted back. I didn't know what to do.
Do you think he gave you preferential treatment?
Yes, absolutely.
Let's just start, like I said, let's just go from the beginning here and see.
He would call me a lot, and he would say, at first he texted, for a bit, and he would call up and say, hey, what are you doing? Come by, check on you, anybody there? I'm like, no, so bye. And he'd come by, he would start saying, you're so pretty, you deserve better than that guy, stuff like that.
So your relationship, as far as knowing him, started because you got in trouble in Letcher County and got put on house arrest. Did you pick that deputy to be your officer, or does that get assigned to you through?
Hey, Jammers.
A woman named Patty and he.
Okay, let me just translate. Okay, no, it wasn't court staff. She was a jail is in the basement. You're better than your man.
Yeah, so he was flirting with her, saying you could do better than your guy. Blah blah blah.
There was a couple of times I did talk to Patty because I was out late a couple of nights, and Patty called and said, "What are you doing out this late?" And I said, "Ben knows." And at one point she told me, she said, "You're not allowed to call me anymore." And I said, "Okay." Well, Ben had called and I told him. He said, "Don't worry about her." And I never heard from her again. I don't know where she is.
But you didn't get to pick who it was. You were instructed through the court system to talk to Ben.
Yes.
And who instructed you to do that? Was that through the prosecutor's office, the judge, or you know what judge that was?
Okay, she was in jail, out of jail. It's really kind of
and flirting back.
Yeah, well, he started flirting. He's like, "You're a beautiful woman." He said, "You deserve better than that man." And so I'm going to do. I mean, over here in the Stines County, I have no family. Don't know what to do. At that point, I had relapsed, and I told you, I said I need to go to rehab. And so I started petitioning court to see if they let me go to rehab. 3 weeks later, they said I could go to rehab, but I had to keep the bracelet on paper. And I was just devastated. I was like, I'll keep the bracelet on, just don't let me pay for it, please. No, gotta keep it on paper. So
What do you mean by pay for it? And I'm not familiar with the bracelets.
$85 a week. You know,
To be on house arrest?
To be on house arrest.
It's a little steep.
I can actually harder than that. So, you know, I left, I was crying and being called. He said, we'll figure out something, don't worry. I was like, you know, I'm coming and trying to do the right thing, asking for help. I can't pay for that bracelet. You know, I can't pay for it now.
I can't pay for that bracelet, she said.
My roommate. And I was the only one, I don't know why, they made me cover my bracelet when I was out. And I was the only one that had to do that. And I was like, man, why do I have to do that? You know, and nobody else does. I don't know.
See the comment he pinned? It says, yes, Ben Fields took over the ankle monitor business after Mickey Stines was promoted, since Mickey used to be in charge of it.
Just to do it. Okay. And like I said, I was being asked for help, I don't know what to do. And it was on, taking on some more rehab, and you just have to keep arresting rehab because I need it.
Because why would you be arrested to go into rehab? Because it was out of the...
Not paying for the bracelet. I was going with the bracelet, and I knew I couldn't pay for it. And I told
Because you didn't have any money?
No. And I knew I needed rehab, you know. So I was supposed to go to rehab on Sunday. They called me. It was on Saturday night, and he met me at the courthouse about 8 o'clock at night.
And this was on Sunday?
No, this was on Saturday
So
night.
Ben Fields calls her on Sunday night at 8 p.m.
All right, so she's saying it goes on.
I really worked so much, and I said, you know, I gotta go. If you have to come arrest me, you have to come arrest me, but I gotta have rehab. I started trying to do the right thing, and they're not gonna let me, so I have to do what I have to do to save myself. So he's met me at the courthouse around 8 o'clock, okay? I got there and
Told her, and that would be on a Sunday, he's saying meet you.
no, it was Saturday night. I met him Saturday night, 8 o'clock.
Do you know what date that was?
It was around the 1st of August, you know, roughly around.
You don't have a specific
Saturday
date?
night at 8 p.m., meeting her at the freaking courthouse.
I'm not going to tell the rehab, they're not going to tell me.
That's a good question, sipping on.
I mean, I'm very overwhelmed with all that is.
Sometime the 1st of August.
Yeah.
And this was August of last year, 2021?
Yeah. And I got there and he was already there. He said, he walked in and said, come this way, this was once was the judge's chambers. And we got in there and he said, put your foot up here.
Hey, let me pause this for a second because I took case.
All right.
Yeah, because they are.
And he read and said, he's ridiculous. Put it up there and he took it off. And then, so I put my other ankle, he went, he said, go to rehab. He said, you come to Letcher County, make sure that you have pain, long pants, and nobody see you hurt your bracelet. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah.
I just saw, if you live in London, I just saw a video that said London has discontinued their body-worn cameras, Juju Bones. Discontinued them.
Paying for it, you know, everything will be fine. I said, how are you, what are you talking about? You know, and I was like, oh my God, really? I said, what about the judge? He said, nobody can know. He said, just, if you come to Letcher County, make sure your ankle's covered. Okay. And he gave me a hug, you know, and that was it at that point. I was in shock, you know, didn't know what to think. So I go home, I go to rehab the next day. My nephew died a couple days later, so I lay at rehab. And, you know, I called being Ham, you know, coming back. He said, it's okay. I said, we can be on bracelet. No. He said, you're fine. You come to Letcher County, make sure your ankle's covered. Okay.
Oh my
every
gosh.
time before I had court, I think I was on papers out in the car. The day before I had court there, I would meet him the night before at the courthouse.
The day before I had court, I would meet him there at the courthouse.
Which to me was the strangest thing. And he took my bracelet back on. Or he wouldn't put it back on, he'd give it to me and say, he snapped it, you know.
So when you came to court for your court dates on your criminal charges, he would give you the bracelet back?
I met in the night before his courthouse.
And how many times did that occur? I mean,
Probably 3 or 4.
do you know, was it 3 or 4?
Probably 3.
So 3 times you've come to court after the rehab, he's took the bracelet on or gave it to you to put on, and then after your court, he takes it off.
Did you guys catch that?
So she meets him before court. She goes to court, and then he takes it off.
Where does he meet you on those 3 occasions to give it to you?
At the courthouse, in Judge Mullins' chamber.
In Judge Mullins' chambers.
Where do you all meet those 3 times in order to take the bracelet or give it back to him? Same place inside the judge's chambers?
Judge's chambers is where they met.
And that's the district judge's chambers?
This is the district judge.
Yikes.
These are his chambers.
Okay.
You know, in the meantime, I've gotten arrested a couple times in Pike County, you know, between this. I told him I was on house arrest, and I was like, are you high? Where's your bracelet? It's like, Bean's got it. Second time I was arrested, one of the deputies in Pike County hollered and pointed to me where my bracelet was. And I said, I hung on the couch. And everybody thought that was normal, and I'm like, this ain't normal. And Bean was a nice guy, you know, like I thought he was saving me, helping me, and I really did.
She thought he was a nice guy, that he was saving her and helping her. Can you imagine?
It makes me why I start doing this, you know, and because at first, you know, he was just flirting, and you know,
Let me pause here for a second. Out of Pennsylvania, we want county, the only attorney, and so
He's from Pennsylvania too. Why is everybody from Pennsylvania?
Pay grow. I'm not going to pay for your ankle monitor. I'm letting you out of jail.
other, you know, women, and I had a guy friend that was on house arrest. He said, how do you get to do all this? And I went, I don't know. You know, and just left me. You know, never acted like he was normal.
Hey, Amy.
You know, I've told people, I'm in jail and they call her and ask me where my bracelet is. And I say, home. Because there's not normal. And, you know, sorry. I said, why are you doing this? I said, you're trying real hard. So, you know, in my head, he was a nice guy that was really trying to help me. And then I realized, you know, at the end he told me, he said, the boyfriend got an EPO out on you, and so the judge will arrest you. I went, what? You're not arrested on EPO? And he went, oh, yeah, you do. And he
Some
said,
of it's hard to hear.
No, and I talked to him, you know, he knew where I was. He hadn't turned in, according to my ex-boyfriend, when he went and told Judge Crab. Judge Crab would come out and I asked Ben what my credits was. Ben couldn't tell him. So when he called me the night, he said, I told him that the bracelet didn't work inside your house. So that's what you tell him. I said, okay, well, I was not about to go over there. I was like, no, something ain't right, you know. I'm going to quarantine anyway. I heard the judge's call. I county, hey, she's not trying to run. No, and I wasn't. But, you know, I didn't know what was going to get arrested for EPO. That's crazy. And then when Judge Mullins said, it's get to it. He said, it's gay. I got my bracelet here in my hand. You know, she pushed it. It's never been activated. And, you know, I struggle because I see Ben as a nice guy, but really he isn't. You know, and other women that way.
What was your boyfriend's name?
And Ben's sisters, they were drug court. And how it brought it all out was in the trial court, and the judge said he got an anonymous call that me and him still living together, and I'm giving it to Bill. He said, no. So he said, no, he didn't have any change my address from Stacey's house. And so,
Now, the escape charge, is that because you have left, I guess you're in Letcher in charge. You're not supposed to leave Letcher County, right? You're allowed to leave. Okay, what would provoke the escape charge? What's your, your ankle bracelet? What's the court saying? All right, Ms. Atkins, you can't do this, or you're going to be considered escape. Do you know what that is?
Not running, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
But I mean, you're not in Tennessee.
Right. Every Wednesday, you're supposed to meet me in the courthouse at 4 o'clock and pay your $85. I've not done that since August.
So they can charge you with escape because you've not paid $85?
I don't know.
So you don't know the basis of the escape charge. So what I'm asking, what did you do to...
Escape is if you cut your bracelet off and you run.
Okay. So that's what... Have you went to court on this escape charge yet?
We went and pled not guilty.
Is that what they're saying, that she cut their bracelet off?
And the bracelet, I started the bracelet off. I'm assuming cut.
Let me pause here. She has her lawyer present, Ned Pillersdorf. Pillersdorf looks like this. Pillersdorf, by the way, he's a small town lawyer, but he is highly thought of. He has won all sorts of fields. So we have to keep that in mind. Okay? Let's get back to here.
I just heard his throat.
Did Fields initiate the escape charge?
Yes, he knew that my boyfriend told him the only way that to cover himself was to keep him to escape.
All right, so what she's saying is that Fields charged her with escape after having kind of broken their arrangement. I think that we learn a little bit more after.
Wow, so he actually put a charge on her.
As we listen to
And
this.
he didn't tell me that. He told me it'll be all
Cover himself, what do you mean by that?
If I went to jail, nobody's going to believe drug addict. If I went to Letcher County Jail, if I hadn't come take the rest of me, nobody's going to believe me. And nobody believes other than me.
Believe what? That he took the bracelet off for you?
Yeah, that I would have paid this $85 a week, all this.
So you think Ben got the escape charge on you because he took your bracelet off and wasn't charging you that, and when your boyfriend found out that it was going on, it got back to Ben. So Ben's...
I told him about that, but there was some nice guy it was. I was like, listen, straight.
By the way, this is he come the lawsuit. So got the same.
Tell on me. And I said, I don't know what to do. I said, you better give me a break.
So you told Ben those, and then, so that's when you're saying Ben went and got the escape charge. Okay.
That's correct.
I file a motion to dismiss the escape charge. Judge Mullins recused, and I think we have a preliminary hearing in a week or two.
That's what you said.
I take that back to the preliminary hearing. I think the roll of March. Mullins recused, and it's when Judge Prater from Knott County will be in Letcher.
So they pulled a judge out of retirement after he recused himself in this civil case.
And Judge Prater will hear the preliminary hearing.
And Ben told me that when he told me that, I was like, he said, listen, if the judge tries to get you with some escape charge, you got that bracelet.
No worries.
And I went, what's escape? What are you talking about, Ben? He said, everything's fine. It's just the APO. Why does he want to keep me in jail for a week over APO? You don't get arrested over APO, Ben. He said, yes. He said, because why say that he's on drug court. And I was like, okay. I said, none of this makes sense. And I was real picky. I said, don't make sense, Ben. He's like, there's going to be fine. I'll get you out next week. I said, okay.
That's after you get arrested for the escape.
Now they start 4 years for escape. Like not in Pike County. I was actually at Walmart. She picked up some money that his uncle had sent me when I hit her car. And Letcher County, when I got Letcher County, Letcher County didn't have a warrant. And then obviously the police gave a warrant. I said, for what? And she said, escape ticket. I said, escape? Right here's my bracelet. I didn't escape. There's no cuts on it. You know, it's push button. I'll show you. It's never been activated.
So okay. So we're in court those 3 times. That last time he gives you the bracelet back. So you still have the bracelet. It's just not being paid for.
Yeah. It's never been turned on.
He's never even turned it on, she says.
He said it was like a dummy, just my bracelet. I don't know, it's never happened to it.
All right. So then what happened? You go to jail?
I go to jail. I called Bethany, and she said she's going to come in.
See you, Regina.
Tell me everything, truth, got everything. You know, here he is. I didn't want to get nobody in trouble. You know, I don't want to destroy him. I'm embarrassed about this.
This is in Kentucky,
But
though.
that one with, you know, being, he was this nice guy. You know, most men like that are evil and bad. And you know that he was so nice, you know. And I thought he was saving me.
She keeps saying how nice he was.
He doing this, what's going to happen? And I was hearing all these rumors. Hey, you know, he put these girls in jail. And I was like, oh my God, you don't want to do it. And I knew my trial was in April. I didn't have much longer. Then, you know, the bench got more. And he forced me to go. I had to, you know what I mean?
So
we talked. He said, you got any money? I said, no, I really don't. And
Okay, so Ben Fields says, do you have any money? She says, no, I don't. I skipped forward a little bit.
so he gave me $100. And he's man, he's like, be careful. You know, noise is out here and there, you know, he's been road check up here for a while. And I was like, okay. So be safe. Because the #1 rule was I was not allowed to drive because I didn't have a license. And so he would always, you know, tell me, I'd call and say, hey, go check anywhere. No, or he'd tell me to say bloods, you know, whatever.
So at the double quick, he gave you $100 and told you to be careful, and they were getting ready to have a road check.
Yeah, got the time.
Now this was prior to the escape charge, right, or is it after?
Yeah, no, it was prior, right before it went on before. He said Norris and somebody from the state police was having a road checkup. Awesome. And he said, I was young and stuff, and he did.
So that was the last time you've had.
This comment, by the way, Ben Fields, this guy.
Oh, yeah, listen to this.
His wife worked at the women's side of the jail. So when these women made these allegations, and then crazy enough, Ben Fields busts them and puts them back in jail, guess what happens to him?
They go to his
His wife is there.
Yep.
That wouldn't have been good for, I don't know how they survived that kind of stuff. Great comment, Kentucky Rose.
Contact with him?
No, I had contact with him one more time. After that, he called. He was going somewhere, and he said, "How you doing?" And I said, "Good." I said, "I'm going back at home." I said, "You know, I've got to start some work, man." I said, "Just travel back and forth and all this. I can't do this all the time." He said, "Well, I'm at men's courthouse." So I gave him $100 in, and that was less than me. Give him about $300 total. I said, "You don't have to do this." I said, "No, I'm not going to pay back. Don't want that."
Did any point, you know, from the start of the time that, you know, that you were put on the ankle monitor to the, I guess, escape time, did Mr. Fields ever tell you that you had to do this, or you had to meet me, or if you don't do this, did anything like that, or was it just a perceived what you were thinking because of the situation you were in?
Hi, Lucia.
No, he it was, you know, at one point I said, you know, my sister never drug court. Anything said, you know, boyfriend, you know, he may not like her on this drug court. And I was like, he's clean. Why would he not make it in drug court? He said, he just might not.
Oh yeah, her lawyer's in the room here.
So Ben told you that he might not make it out of drug court. And in that conversation, explain that to me in detail as best you can remember, obviously.
We were on the phone because he got to the point where he was calling instead. And he said, hey, what are you doing? I said, onesies. And I said, hear him, you know, because Ben was like I thought he was a good guy.
Yeah, you do.
And I talked to him about everything. And I said, he's fine. I said, you know, Ben, I don't know what to do. You know, he's in this drug court, now I'm going to get the felon. His parents hate me. And, you know, I was just talking to him like you know, he was my best friend in this world. And he was like, I said, start telling you. And I said, yeah, I don't want to get you in trouble. I said, I love him. He's like, listen.
He became her best
said,
friend?
Don't worry about me. He said, do, you know, do what I said. He said, do as you're doing. Everything will be fine. He said, but things can happen that he, you know, he will get you out of court. And I went, wow. I said, Ben, listen, he's just right next to my plate, you know, he's mad and angry and I'm just bitching about him. He said, well, he said, he might not make it on drug court. I said, he's already graduated once. Why would he not make it? And he's like, well, we'll see. You know, and I take it that really it was because he thought, you know, he was mistreated me or whatever. And I was like, no, he's a good guy, so she kissy business, you know. Please don't, you know. And, you know, I was struggling, what do I do?
Do you think Ben was taken up by, and the way you're explaining this to me, I take it as, was Ben trying to take up for you because he thought being mean to you?
Yeah.
So
is that why he was saying he'll get kicked off?
To answer your question, the Kentucky Attorney General is the one who's questioning her, and they're nowhere near Letcher County.
A drug court if he's not good to you?
Hi, Vivian, by the way.
Yeah. And if he told him, of course, or, you know, whatever. He always knew where he was doing and where he's at. I found out he was cheating on me by being. He said, you know, he's cheating on you? And I was like, what? And,
He always knew where I was at.
he always knew where he was doing all.
Hey, Pearl.
Lauren,
I mean, what not? It was just I'm still struggling with it. There was this nice time and whatnot. I actually didn't think he cared about people. No. That's the worst kind.
To me, it seems like you had an emotional relationship with him. I mean, obviously you had emotion towards him.
Not like it was friendship. Like I thought, you know, there's not a lot of people care or believe in drug addicts, and Ben seems to care and believe in them. I mean, not just me.
So he pushed you to try to do the right thing and help you. And
you know, I want to go to rehab. He took my bracelet off for me to go to rehab. So to me, you know, that was a person who cared. Not realizing that, and me telling him I was doing meth, and when I did go back to rehab.
I mean, that is the sad thing, is that she thinks that I don't think that she thinks she was assaulted here.
She thinks he was helping
That's what
her.
it seems like.
He turned off her bracelet so she could go to rehab.
Me, hey, either a very oftentimes detective.
I was okay with that. So I was getting in a deeper depression. What? This ain't
Hey,
real.
Blockbuster.
You know, I have to get high just for me to believe this is going on. You know, who does this? And when we telling people, and the racist ain't like, you know, and I was like, what do I do? And, you know, I would talk to him, and, you know, like I said, you know, he seemed like he cared about drug addicts. He really did. And he did.
I know, Cinnamon.
Going back to
Cinnamon said it's hard to fathom Fields getting only 6 months, a lousy 6 months. His wife delivering him a special mattress, and homemade Mima food every day? Are you serious?
The conversations you've had, what means of conversations, and by that I mean, was it all done on text messages? Was it voice on, you're actually talking to somebody?
I have both. I mean, I can show you.
Did you use Facebook? Did you use any kind of social media accounts?
We used Facebook a couple times, but that was very rare.
They used Facebook.
Was that on the onset or the other of your beginning? Was anything said on Facebook about your all's, meetings, or what was said on Facebook?
That's a good question.
What can you remember?
I can't even remember the exact legal. Let me see if I still remember. I don't know.
By the way, most of the 20,000 pages is social media account information.
Oh, Lord. Thank you so much, Regina, for your $3 super sticker.
So he's looking for a written record. So it's not just he said, she said. This is good investigative work.
And this is Facebook? Yeah.
You're on at the top. You go charge him your dead, I'm sorry. That's it, don't stop.
Right, like apps. Thank you so much, Island Thrift. Happy New Year, honey. Thank you for your super chat. She said if PA had crosswalks, they'd stop growing all these bad guys. It's so good to see you, Island.
While you're looking on Facebook, did you use any other social media account? No, I'm not a social media guy, so no Snapchats, no. So any communication, you're saying there was a couple of messages, and that was on.
Text messages, and that was apparently was quite a few on Messenger. I didn't realize that we talked on Messenger.
So you had several conversations on Messenger.
I'm still scrolling up to see one.
I agree with you, Becca.
Can I read through those?
He wants to read her Facebook Messenger now.
You'll probably have to help me because I don't know. Is this the start? Because I don't know how Facebook works, so you'll kind of have to excuse my ignorance on this.
It's all right. That's the very start.
Okay, now which is your conversation? Which is?
I think what's happening
Hi, Kim.
here. So he's going through
video chat.
Or Messenger, you can do video.
Oh, they video chatted
You
too?
hit the video and it goes like FaceTime.
He's going through the Facebook chats.
So it's FaceTime.
Well, it's not FaceTime, it's Messenger, but it's same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's just a video.
Now, is that recorded? Like if I hit that, can I see what the conversation?
I don't think, not to my knowledge, no.
What were those chats, just talking? Who's Dale?
That was the guy that I went to stay with. I don't remember the room now, I was my roommate.
Says video missed call.
Island, we're going to be going over Idaho 4 soon. Hopefully you'll come in for some panel discussions.
Is that you calling him and he didn't answer? Is that you calling Witches?
That's him calling me.
That's him calling. Okay.
See how she's closer to him, we can hear her.
This guy could be Lore Lodge's dad, literally.
everything.
Absolutely.
So he's checking the written record.
You don't have any water or anything here?
This is not our office. Well, it's our office, but we don't work out of this office, so I don't know where anything's at. Other than the building, that's about as far as I've made it. So I'm not from this area, so I had to ship in. So we'll try to, Shane, if you, while I'm reading this, if you want to try to.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Same lips.
We're out of pocket just as much as you
Sid.
are here.
There may be the office pop machine in there for all I know. I don't.
What are they talking about? Pop machines.
To the quality of water, it's connected to city water, but there is a water fountain there.
Don't be nervous.
We need to ask her about the alcohol.
Man, this is a great question.
Why does everyone talk so slow on YouTube these days?
Phil's had an uncle.
Hello, Flo. Listening in. Got the crud. Loved all. Oh, no, Flo. I hate when the crud gets you down. We miss you.
Kind of a quick pro quo against us within the office with a criminal charge.
Hi, Chris.
Not necessarily the truth, because you're a drug addict doesn't necessarily make stuff not happen to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Just because you're a drug addict doesn't mean that things don't happen to you. Thank you. In fact, guys, risk behavior that are to
As far as we're concerned, we're not here to believe anybody. We're here to find the evidence. And the
good
truth.
for him.
That's what we're looking at, whether it's you, him, or Ned, or anybody. We're here to find the truth, plain and simple. I don't care who it is. It makes no difference to me as long as there's truth and evidence behind it. That's where we'll land.
Yeah, man.
I like that.
Again, he's like, I'm not here. And true that Elizabeth was. This is a good investment.
Lucid. Tennessee and Kentucky, the same, Pearl. Hey, Tammy. This is some corrupt shit.
He's still going up real quick. Give me a second.
Any text messages or any communication that you all had good that you recall?
Not that I have a problem, not at all. A lot of mine was just because of, my boyfriend.
Sure.
I was trained to, first one anything I could, a better anything I could.
Well, that's why I ask sometimes people if they are engaging in activity that they're concerned about a potential later outcome or trouble, they direct the other person, such as yourself, and leak out security.
Look at all this guy.
This guy is Detective Easter.
You never been asked to or told to delete anything that you all converse about?
Oh my God, look at this evidence he's scrolling through.
I mean, I can't remember.
So most of it, if you deleted something, it was primarily to keep it from your boyfriend.
Who are all those people? Oh, man.
Direct the other person, such as yourself, and leak out security.
Look at all this, guys.
You never been asked to or told to delete anything that you all converse about?
I mean, I can't remember.
So most of it, if you deleted something, it was primarily to keep it from your boyfriend.
Yeah, and, I didn't want people,
Look at all those attachments.
It's just a lot.
I didn't want to get in trouble with what was happening, And she'd say that.
How old a guy is he? You know?
I mean, he's younger, but he's a real big guy.
I can't hear her very well, but you get the gist, right? And there's 5 parts to this if you guys want to listen to it all. I find it difficult to listen to for very long because I just can't hear it. But I'm going to give you guys the link in the chat, and we're going to wrap this one up. And if you are a follower of Queen Bee and all of that nonsense going on, it looks like she's got some big news, and she is live right now. If you want to head over to Queen Bee and tell her you were sent by J for J, we can do a J for J bomb over there. Looks like there's some kind of a result in the lawsuit against Bullhorn Betty. So there is the link to Gavin Fish. If you head over to Queens, say J for J sent me. We'll follow this case when more comes out. I want to thank you guys for being here today. Thank you, moderators, for coming in. If you are not subscribed to my second channel, Every Day with Jay, we do deep dives over there. We talk nonsense. We call out the bullshit and lies that go on in this true crime community. It's a lot of fun. So make sure that you are subscribed over there. We're almost to 20,000 over on the second channel. Thank you so much, guys. Please stay safe, stay warm, and head over to Queen Bee's. Get the latest. Say J for J sent you. We're going to run our credits. Thank you so much, you guys. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this live stream or video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my latest content. Want to take it a step further?
Bring it all in.
And join our community clickers by becoming a Patreon or a YouTube member. You'll get exclusive access to our Discord server, special channel perks, and much more. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.
Click. It's real easy, man.